All right, you can start now.
Okay, so welcome everyone. I will call this meeting to order at 6:02 p.m. and I will now read the land acknowledgement. The city of Thorold is situated on treaty land. This land is steeped in the rich history of the First Nations, such as the Hattie-Wendarong, the Haudenosaunee, and the Anishinaabe, including the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. There are many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people from across Turtle Island that live and work in Niagara today. The city of Thorold stands with all Indigenous people, past and present, in promoting the wise stewardship of the land on which we live. Now I'll ask, are there any declarations of interest?
No.
Nope.
Okay. And can I get a mover and a seconder to adopt the agenda for tonight? Councillor O'Hare and Janice, thank you. Okay, I'll call the question. All of those in favor? Any opposed? Not seeing any. And if I can get a mover and seconder to adopt the minutes, and that was from March 6, 2025. All right, Janice, and if I can get a seconder. Okay, Cam, thank you. Okay, so right now we will review the.
We can just vote on those, Madam
Okay.
Chair, first.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'll call the question. All those in favor? And any opposed? Okay, it passes. Okay. So looking at item number 6.1, dates of significance, attaches received correspondence from the Niagara region regarding May, June, August, and September 2025 dates of significance. And did everybody receive that? Okay. And we will move to item 6.2. Attaches a received resolution from the Niagara region dated April 24th, 2025 regarding diversity, equity, and inclusion action plan 2024 progress request report. Did everyone receive that as well?
Yep.
Okay, terrific.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Moving to item 7, committee business, review the committee's terms of reference. This was added by Heather. Any discussion around this item? And I know I am appreciative that it's been some time. Okay. Not seeing any hands raised for that. Moving to item 7.2, again, working group updates. Heather added this to discuss regarding the working group's purpose. Any discussions around that? I don't believe we have Heather on the line. Okay, Councillor O'Hare, go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yeah, now that we have the Niagara Region's DEI document, I'd like to thoroughly go through that and maybe, maybe prepare a report to come back to this committee and talk about how it can be tied in with the city of Thorold. So there's a little bit of reading there, but it looks like it's a worthy document.
That's great. And yeah, we have Heather on the line. Hi, Heather. Welcome. We were just reviewing item 7.1 to review the committee's terms of reference, and item 7.2, the working group update. So I don't know if you wanted to speak to those two.
Thank you very much, and apologies for being late. Hello, everyone. Hope you had a great summer. I just wanted to check in about the terms of reference and how we as committee members, me as a newer committee member, can provide value back to actually be working towards those missions and goals. So I wanted to just discuss, you know, how we can assist or like any guidance or the role of committee members and how we can contribute when specific issues arise.
Okay. And Councillor O'Hare, I don't know if you want to speak to that again. You had raised a good point about how we can review it.
Yes, it's a significant document that the region has provided us. So I'd like to take some time and go through it and see if perhaps it's just a document that the City of Thorold wants to fully adopt, or certain sections of it. Because it is a lot of work to try to come up with our own DEI document when the work has already been done. So that can be prepared for a future committee meeting.
Okay. And in terms of the committee's terms of reference, Heather, were you thinking about us striking working groups to specifically look at those, or collectively as a committee?
It wasn't to look at or change the terms of reference. It was just to have more, context about what that looked like in action as committee members. And at the time, I wasn't aware of any working groups.
Okay.
That's all it was.
Okay, perfect. So we have developed some working groups, I believe. Councillor O'Hare, I believe you were leading one, from what I remember, and I apologize, we've not met in some time.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. Yeah, that's the actual policy working group.
It's a policy working group, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we also have, so that brings us to 7.2.1, where we do have the policy working group. So we will be looking, I think, at the Niagara Region's document as part of that. And then we also have the work plan, strategic plan working group 7.2.2. So what I would suggest, and happy to hear thoughts from the group, is that we look at the strategy document first, and then from Niagara Region, and then that may help to inform some of the direction that we're taking. Okay. Right. That moves us to item 7.3, accessible entrances. Any discussion around this? Councillor O'Hare, go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I hope that by next committee meeting as well, I'll be able to bring something back. I've been in discussion, as you know, regarding the accessible entrances downtown, and particularly with business. I don't want to mention them yet because it hasn't been fully decided. But what I'd like to do is bring it back with the business's support and outline the idea with the committee, and perhaps create a recommendation for council to accept possibly a pilot project, which is very minimal in cost, but just to see how it would work in our downtown. So that I hope to bring something to the next meeting.
That's fantastic. And Councillor O'Hare, is this being done through council, or is it like a third party providing some of the accessible entrances that we were looking at before, like the ramps and whatnot?
Yeah, it is a third party that actually does it. They've been doing it for a few years now. They're very good at preparing these and making them fit the exact dimensions. But some of the details still have to be worked out, whether or not should it go forward, whether or not it'll be covered through a city budget or a BIA budget. But I think it would be great if we could run one pilot project and then just take notes and see how it provided better accessibility to some of the downtown stores, which do have a lot of high curves. It's unfortunate, but there's many businesses downtown where you have to step up into the store. And that's a little bit of an impediment that hopefully we can fix.
I agree. Any questions, comments, or feedback regarding that project? Thank you, Councillor O'Hare.
Well,
I think Councillor D'Angelo had something.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I just want to make sure that the BIA is involved in that from a collective group, because they would be very helpful in moving that project forward.
They are, through you, Madam Chair, to Councillor D'Angelo. They are. I've met with Serge, head of BIA, and so this is sort of the early steps, and they do know that this process is underway. So,
excellent,
yeah.
excellent. Yep.
Thank you. Yeah.
Over to Cam.
Through you, Madam Chair. I'm just wondering if there's any regional resources we might be able to find where we can apply for specific grants or funds for a project like that for Councillor O'Hare. I understand tax dollars can't always be allocated to pilots. So if there was another way to subsidize some kind of project where we're going to meet AODA standards, if we could find that or do some research.
Councillor O'Hare?
Yeah, thank you. Through you, Madam Chair. Thanks, Cam. That's a great suggestion. I'll work with Department of Public Works, Jeff Holman. He often has great knowledge with where to tap into for financial resources and to help cut some of the costs. So yeah, I'll look into that as well and see what we can find out. Great idea.
Through you, Madam Chair, I can also check with contact at the region, Cassie, who does a lot of excellent, you'll see her name attached to a lot of the regional DEI related documents. I can check with her as well.
That's terrific. All right, good traction on this item. All right, that moves us to item 7.4, so the DIAC-C 1-2025. And any discussion with that? So we're looking at the committee meeting schedule, I believe. So this is for 2026. Okay. I will call the question. All of those in favor? Oh, sorry. Can I get a mover and a seconder to adopt the 2026 committee meeting schedule? Okay, Cam and a seconder. Councillor D'Angela, thank you.
Just a comment. I see it only goes till June 4th. Is there no fall meetings?
So since, through you, Madam Chair, since next year is the municipal election, the committee meetings are generally ending by July 1st.
Okay, that's, yeah, because the new council doesn't actually get installed till December. I don't know if you, you know, you hate to stop the work at July 1st and say that's it. And then by the time council gets rolling again, it's going to be January, February of the following year. So you're almost losing a whole year.
Is it a resourcing issue, Justin, in terms of municipal staff being tasked with election duties, or is it just a matter of the incoming council?
Yeah, I can address that. So when the election period begins, you know, kind of starting in May, the election really does kind of become front and center in terms of staff time, including Justin's, who's the legislative and municipal elections coordinator. And, you know, especially for this committee meeting 6 times a year. So I suppose we'd be into June, July, August would be the next meeting if it's every 2 months. We're coming pretty close to the election date at that point, which is in October. So we kind of decided July 1st kind of works best, everything considered.
Okay. All right. Any more questions or feedback about that schedule? Okay, not seeing any. Can I get a mover and a seconder to adopt the 2026 committee meeting schedule? Cam?
So we have Cam and Councillor D'Angela already.
Perfect.
We just need to vote on it.
Okay, so I'll call the question. All of those in favor? Okay. Any opposed? Not seeing any. All right, so the motion passes. Okay, so now we move to item 7.5. This is the Thorold Indigenous Unity Garden, and this item was added by Heather. So Heather, I'll hand it over to you.
It was actually added by me.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that, Janice.
Yes, that's okay. Thank you, Madam Chair. So I'd like to propose that we discuss adding a plaque to the Thorold Indigenous Unity Garden. My daughter and I visited last Sunday for the community's garden circle, and there were several visitors who came through. And as they were coming through, they were mentioning that they often pass the site, and they were wondering what the significance of the garden is. So they were curious to learn more about it, what it represents, and there isn't any information currently at the site to provide that for people who are passing through. So members of the community who were there gardening and who typically are the ones caring for the garden, when my daughter and I joined, they were expressing that they would love to have a plaque that would be there to help to educate and to further reconciliation efforts and also education efforts around the meaning of the garden. So the meaning is to be an inclusive space where the Indigenous and non-Indigenous peoples can come together and share teachings and connect with nature and engage in those reconciliation efforts. So I was proposing through those conversations with the rest of the community members who were there and wanting a plaque, if there could be a plaque that could be made, and maybe it could also be in consultation with those community members who, typically maintain the garden and are there, to get input from them. So I would love to hear what the committee thinks about making that happen. Thank you.
Thank you. So we'll go to Councillor O'Hare, then Chair, then Cam. So Councillor O'Hare, over to you. We're not hearing you, Councillor O'Hare, if you might be on mute. No, good.
All right. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Yeah, thank you for this, Janice. I think it's a great suggestion. And, I've been out there several times and I've never looked for a sign because I know what it is. But you're right. For people who don't know what it is, there should be some sort of description. I'm wondering if we could have the Indigenous community come and speak to us, or perhaps present some ideas of what they would like to see written on it. It's really important that we hear their voices to make sure we get it right. And I think adding a sign or a plaque would be a great idea.
Agreed. Okay, thank you. Over to Tara.
Yeah, Madam Chair, group. Thank you very much for bringing the idea forward, Janice. So I serve as co-chair of One Thorold, which is a community development group that has been at it for about 3 or 4 years in Thorold. And as part of our community development group, we have a Truth and Reconciliation team. And that Truth and Reconciliation team has headed up the work of establishing that garden and then doing the ongoing work. So the point person currently is Michelle Elise Burnett, and she's with Calacaninics. So it's an Indigenous group that does the work on the garden, and the city of Thorold pays them a regular remuneration to do the work and their ongoing input and crafting of the garden. So I think there would be value in reaching out to Michelle Elise and getting some insight from her. They're the ones who have been rooted in, no pun intended, rooted in the garden and seeing it happen. I'm sure that that she and her group would have some insight.
That's fantastic. And Tara, are you able to provide us with that information, the contact information?
Pardon me, sorry?
Are you able to provide contact information that we may follow up?
Yes, I can do that.
Okay, terrific. Thank you. Over to you, Cam.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Not to deviate away from the conversation, but just out of curiosity and education, where does the food that is grown, what are we doing with the product and the produce? And the only reason I ask is because Niagara College has, we work for Niagara EMS and our headquarters is down in Niagara-on-the-Lake. Recently, United Way and Niagara College have started a growing community project where they are growing food. And due to some food insecurities and other social problems, they're providing different organizations with the food that they're growing. So I'm just curious as to where the produce is going.
Okay, I'll let Janice respond, and then we'll move to Councillor D'Angelo after. So Janice, if you want to go ahead.
Yeah, so it's not actually like food that's harvested. It's a lot of like indigenous like herbs and things like that that are grown within the garden. Yeah, so it's not really a garden to feed. Yeah.
Great, thank you. Councillor D'Angelo?
Thank you. What I was going to suggest is that we should also make a motion and refer it to council so staff can do a bit of work on this also. Because anytime you put a sign in a park or anything like that, there's probably some regulations and what's going to be designed there too. So you'd want to get some involvement from our staff, just so that if there's any vandalism, it's something that's sturdy, doesn't just sort of walk away. They just get the city staff perspective from that. So I think they should be involved in that also. Obviously not the ones driving the bus, but just making sure that we're adhering to whatever the policies are from the city standpoint, and also making sure what we put up there is excellent in terms of longevity. The last thing you want to do is put something up that gets easily damaged or it gets relocated. Unfortunately, sometimes that happens, but I think the idea is excellent, having information so that anyone walking out there can actually understand that. I even see this further as having like a QR code that might even have more information at a different location where they could get further information.
Great, that's fantastic. Tara, go ahead.
Yeah, Madam Chair, responding to Councillor D'Angelo's comment. Yeah, Councillor D'Angelo, I think that's a good point. The city of Thorold is the manager of that park, and they have worked closely with the One Thorold group and Michelle Elise and her group. So yeah, I think that's a logical fit for the city of Thorold to be brought on board. As a matter of course, if I might, I think what I'll do is I'll reach out to Michelle Elise, and then I'll report back to the group, and then we can connect it into the city.
Yeah, I think that's great, and I agree. I think I'm a big proponent of nothing about us without us, so definitely looping in the stewards of the land. And then, so I'm just thinking of a course of action. We're having that conversation first with Michelle, and then are we putting forth a motion to bring it forth to the city? Nicholas, perhaps you can comment on that.
Yeah, through you, Ms. Chair. It really is up to the committee. I mean, you could craft a motion now where you're essentially recommending council direct staff to do just as been discussed, to work with the community partners to bring something back to council for their consideration. Alternatively, if you did want to, have the committee gather more information first and then act on a motion, that would work as well. But either or would be acceptable.
Councillor O'Hare, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Nicholas. Through you, Madam Chair. I think that's a good idea. I like Councillor D'Angelo's recommendation that it go to staff, but I think we should have a little bit of information first. What if the Indigenous community really doesn't want a sign? So let's find out what they would like, what the wording would be, and then we can go back to council and say, here are some suggestions. And I think that's a better, more likely way to succeed.
Okay. And Nicholas, so I'm appreciative of the fact that we do meet every 2 months. Now, would we, once we get the information back and have some sense of direction, are we able to put forth an e-motion, or does it have to be as part of these meetings?
Yeah, through you, Madam Chair. So any motion would be done as part of these meetings in open session.
Okay.
So just in terms of timeframes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, that was my thought. I was just trying to determine when the next date was.
Yeah, that seems lengthy. I'm just concerned. So thoughts from the group, because I think, with winter and whatnot approaching, it'd be great if we could get some sort of start to it. But again, our next meeting scheduled for November. So thoughts from the group. Go ahead, Councillor D'Angelo.
Well, that's what I would say. We can make this motion that staff work
Thank you. I agree. Any opposing thoughts or anything else anyone wants to add? No. Okay, so I'd like to put forth a motion that City of Thorold staff are directed to information gather and work with the stewards of the, I'm just trying to find a proper name. Sorry, I have a bunch of windows open. 1 second here. The Unity Garden. So staff are directed to work with the stewards of the Thorold Indigenous Unity Garden to obtain information regarding any QR codes or plaques that may be appropriate for the space. Can I get somebody to second? Councillor D'Angela, and do we need to hold the vote, Nicholas?
Yes.
All of those in favor?
Sorry on that.
Sorry?
Was it? Who was the mover on that? Sorry.
Councillor D'Angela, and then Janice seconded.
Okay.
Okay. All of those in favor? Okay. Any opposed? No. Janice, your hand's still up. Okay. All right. So that moves forward. Okay.
Just to point out, it doesn't stop us from gathering information right now before this goes to council. So that way there'll be a little bit more when staff gets involved already.
That's great. So Chair, you'll go forth with reaching out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Madam Chair, thank you.
Great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Very good. So that brings us to item number 8. It's our roundtable discussion. And as we are rather new, a newer group, I'd love to take the opportunity just for us to do a roundtable and introduce ourselves. So I'll start with myself. My name is Renee Nand. I am the chair of this committee. I was previously on the Niagara Region Committee that helps to develop the policy. So I've been doing this since about 2021, I want to say. And I work for the region of Peel as part of my day job. So welcome to all of the new faces, and I'll hand it over to Councillor D'Angela.
Sorry, technical difficulty. I was trying to hit the audio. My name's Henry D'Angela, councillor for the City of Thorold. I've been involved with the city over 20 years in an elected position, and I live in the community, and I think Thorold's one of the greatest places. And we're always making it better when we involve different groups and different facets of our community. This is the stuff that makes a little difference in people's lives when we improve our community and provide them opportunities.
Great, thank you. Over to you, Cam.
Yeah, hi everybody. My name's Cameron. I do work for the Niagara Region. Prior to working for the region, I worked with Motion Cares doing accessibility assessments for pediatric clients primarily. So I have a lot of passion when it comes to trying to find solutions to accessibility issues. So I'm proud to be part of this group and hope we can continue to make an impact in Thorold.
Awesome. Nicholas?
Hi, everyone. Through you, Madam Chair. Yeah, I'm Nicholas DeBono. I'm the city clerk. I'm also the staff liaison for this committee. So I'm happy to really answer any questions that any member of the committee has related to committee work, whether it's questions about the mandate, whether it's brainstorming ideas for work that can be done, procedural questions, or questions that may even involve other staff in different departments as well. I'm happy to kind of act as a facilitator in that regard.
Awesome, thank you. Over to you, Tara.
Yeah, my name is Terrence Skelstra, and my wife and our kids live here in downtown Thorold. And we've lived in Thorold for about 15 years or so. And for the last 10 years, we've been church planting in downtown Thorold. So I'm a pastor. And we don't have a building. We are mostly meeting and gathering with socioeconomically marginalized neighbors in the downtown. And a personal passion of mine is urban ministry. I studied urban ministry at Tyndale in Toronto, and I'm currently near the end of my doctoral dissertation, and I'm doing it on downtown Thorold, on socioeconomic marginalization. So this has been a long passion of mine, and I continue to desire to see positive transformation in our community, and especially surfacing the genius and gift within marginalized neighborhood, in the sense that how can they, our neighbors, be a gift and teachers to the rest of us as a community.
Fantastic. Welcome to the committee. Okay, over to you, Councillor O'Hare.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm Tim O'Hare, a councillor in the city of Thorold, and I really believe in this committee. DEI issues have always played a central role in my life, and especially important today when they're under fire from many different directions. So I just want to keep encouraging the committee to just keep at it, and one small step at a time, and before you know it, we achieve great things. So welcome everybody to the committee.
Thank you. All right, Justin.
Hi, I'm Justin Letourneau. I'm the legislative coordinator and youth elections coordinator for the city of Thorold, and the staff support for all the committees. So yeah, that's it.
Thanks, Justin. Janice.
Hi, everyone. My name is Janice DeRoche. My pronouns are she, her. I think my most important job is being a mom and an aunt. So I have my 3 kids here at home, and also my niece who lives with us. And so 3 of them are in high school this year. And then my daughter is in elementary school. And so a lot of the work that I currently do is around promoting educator learning through offering literature circles. I co-founded Chapters for Change with my twin sister, and yeah, so we offer literature circles through Ontario school boards to help get those educators together to discuss important equity issues and to move from transformative learning to transformative leadership. So yeah, so it's a very important to me as a mom and as an aunt, and yeah, I'm just very happy to be a part of this committee and to see it grow, and all of us coming together in this space to make a positive difference within Thorold.
That's fantastic. You certainly have your hands full, Janice.
It's all good though.
All good. And over to you, Heather.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm Heather McLean. I came up to Niagara and Thorold specifically in '91 to attend Brock University, and I never left. I fell in love with the Niagara region, specifically Thorold. It's a very special place. It's just something even just today I was talking about with people at work about how unique it is. I'm raising my son. He attends Thorold Secondary School, the school that his father went to, and the city of Thorold is where his grandparents both taught at Holy Rosary and Monsignor Clancy back in the day. I've taught at Niagara College. I worked at Brock University for 10 years. And currently I'm working in Toronto at Skills for Change, doing work with racialized, underserved communities. And it's work that means so much to me. My mother was a newcomer to Canada. And so working with and supporting newcomers to settle and really fulfill their dreams of immigration, especially in these difficult times around that particular issue. And as well as DEI, as Councillor O'Hare mentioned, it's so critical that we continue to do the work. And I'm very proud of the fact that Thorold is committed to this work, especially after having read the report that was attached to this meeting. It's great to see the progress being made. And finally, my son is actually Indigenous as well. And so that's something that also brings a lot of meaning and value to the work that we're doing here, especially as Truth and Reconciliation Day approaches on September 30th. So it's my pleasure to be a part of this committee and be able to give something back to the community where I live, and just to get more involved and be working towards making a better community for everybody in Thorold. Thank you.
Fantastic, welcome. Okay, do we have any other items for our roundtable? Anything that anyone wanted to put forth? No, not seeing any. Go ahead, Councillor D'Angela.
Yeah, I was just going to mention, I know we have the information that comes out regarding significant dates every month. I was just wondering, can we compile all those, and this way we can even issue something out, like even to the council. So we have everything from this past year in January. We would issue that out and then just update it as we go through the year. This way, this information gets out sooner than later sometimes, and people are aware of the significant dates that are coming forward.
Yeah. Nicholas, over to
you. Yeah, through you, Madam Chair. So those dates, we actually rely a bit on the region, which circulates it to me, and then I do provide it to our community relations specialist, Natalie. I mean, perhaps one option is if we compiled the 2025 dates and provided a recap in early 2026. The only thing is that the dates would change naturally, right? Just based on when they fall. But we do kind of get them kind of in real time, if you will, from the region, as I noted, and then I pass it along to Natalie.
I think that recapping would be good. This just makes, because a lot of them are going to be significant. I know the dates may shift a little bit depending, but at least the content is there.
Okay. And will there be a flag raising or recognition at City Hall for National Day for Truth and Reconciliation?
Yes. Yeah, I believe it's on the Monday.
Okay.
Let me, I'll check my schedule, but I thought it was on the 29th.
Yes, through you, Madam Chair. So City Hall is closed on the 30th. So I believe it is done on the Monday.
Okay.
And I believe that there's also an event happening at the Thorold Unity Garden. Terrence, perhaps you have a little bit more insight on that in terms of the date. I can try to, I had it here in front of me not too long ago, but.
Okay, yeah. Janice, go ahead.
I have the date here in my so it's it's just in my calendar here. It's on the September 21st, so that's a Sunday, from 10 to 1. So there'll be all different activities and that going on at the garden. Yeah,
that's fantastic. And I think if any of us can make the flag raising as well on the 29th, and Nicholas, if you can just confirm with the group what's occurring that day, I think that representation would be fantastic as well.
Yeah, it's 10 a.m. on the Monday morning, but we'll let Nicholas send out a confirmation. But that's what's in my calendar. the city calendar.
Yep, I'll send that email. Though.
Fantastic. All right, any other items for roundtable? Okay, not seeing anything. So to confirm, item number 9, our next meeting will be held on November 6th, 2025. However, we know the work continues in the background. Okay, and if there is no further business, the meeting will now be adjourned at 6:42 p.m. All in favor? Okay, any opposed? No. So I wish you all a fantastic evening. Great to see everyone and looking forward to seeing you in November. Talk soon.
Thank you.